So to complete this gorgeous afternoon tea party, I'm going to make some macarons because I think they're so French and they're so chic. So to make your macarons, you start by sifting 120 grams of icing sugar, pure icing sugar, and 120 grams of almond meal. And the reason why we do this is because we want to create a really lovely light mixture and get rid of all the lumps. Right, now we just combine this mixture together and that's lovely and light, just the way we want it. Make a little well in the centre. Now for this recipe, I'm using 90 grams of egg whites, but I pop just 40 into the middle of this well. There's two ways to go when you're making macarons. You can either make a French meringue, which is beating up the egg whites and slowly adding in the sugar, or you can make an Italian meringue, which is what I actually prefer because you make it with a hot sugar syrup and the meringue is stiffer and is more stable to work with. So to make our sugar syrup, I'm using 115 grams of caster sugar into the pot and then 2 tablespoons of water, now just to cover the sugar. So the reason why we use a pastry brush to make sure there's no sugar on the sides of the pot is because it will crystallise and ruin your sugar syrup. So we just arc the heat up, nice sort of medium to high heat to get this syrup going. I mean, what a wonderful way to get people together. I've just baked up a bunch of macarons. You're so tempted to stir in that last little bit that hasn't melted yet, but you mustn't. If you touch it, you'll destroy it. Just the way we love it. So, into my mixing bowl, half a teaspoon of vanilla. Ooh. Then we just turn it on and whip it till there's soft peaks happening. Slowly, slowly drizzle the sugar syrup in. And then we continue to beat for about 10 minutes until it cools down. And she's ready. A lovely stiff mixture, and that's how it needs to be. And the other way you can tell is if you can turn it upside down, it's ready. That was lucky. Okay, now all we do is we mix our Italian meringue with our lovely almond and sugar mixture, all in one big go. And now I'm just combining all of that mixture together, and it's coming together beautifully. Some people make a macaron. They mix the egg white with the almond and sugar and then they add little bits of the meringue at a time. But I find it works just perfectly when you do it all at once. Into our piping bag, and I've popped this into a cup so it doesn't spill out, and I've flipped the little spout back so it won't pour out the end. And in she goes. A lot of people love to colour their macarons. And you'd actually add the colour in with the almond meal and sugar stage, but I like them just natural and beautiful. So here we go. Now we're just going to pipe this mixture into all these little circles. I've done 12 circles altogether. So now the best way to pipe your macarons is straight from the middle. And then we leave these on the bench. It's good fun, that bit. We leave these on the bench for about half an hour for a really nice, shiny, firm skin to form. And then we'll pop them in the oven. OK, now while these little babies are in the oven, I'm going to show you how to whip up a very simple mascarpone honey cream. So, half a cup of mascarpone and half a cup of cream straight into the bowl, a teaspoon of honey, and then just half a teaspoon of vanilla paste. And then we simply just whisk it up until it's lovely and thick. Oh, that's coming together nicely. And that is perfect. I'll just have a tiny little taste. Perfect sweetness with the honey. So these are cooled and we're ready to roll, and they're perfect. They've all got their lovely little feet, the little crunchy bit on the bottom, which is just the way they should be. So basically, all I do is turn one over. I add 2 little spoons of the cream into the centre. Add some strawberries. You could put any berries in you like. Another little spoon on top. Pop on his hat, and then simply dust with icing sugar. And that's it, strawberry and mascarpone macarons.